Hey. Almost actually forgot the mic this time. So it looks like I am really more of a late night show here because I wanted to go live and slide in a live show at like 3 o'clock this afternoon. So anyways, welcome to another episode of Love Studios Live. I'm your host, leslieolabisi. Remember me? So let's pretend like it's still November 4th, and today is my big sister's birthday, Angie Vaughn. Now, she's Mrs. Angela Wooten, but as the track star that she is, that I'm so proud of, is Angie Vaughn. She graduated from University of Texas in Austin. She is a Longhorn. She was inducted into the Hall of Honor in 2012. They just built a brand new building with all of the different honored honorees of the different athletics at the school. And so in the track and field area, she was a hurdler, and I think she still holds the title for 55 and 100-meter hurdles and something indoor. I'm not 100% sure. So I'm definitely going to share some tape and a couple of photos. She's down there celebrating her birthday with my new brother right now, and they took some pictures of the new place, and it's just very cool to see yourself immortalized in forever in history, like a legacy, a track legacy. So I'm very proud of my big sister Angie Vaughn, now Mrs. Angela Wooten. I love you very much when you finally watch this video, and good job, well done, and happy birthday. Now back to me. So I'm going to share a couple of snippets of some new content. We have some new episodes of some shows that you're already familiar with, and a few that we are previewing and trying out. I'm going to start off with one of my favorites. I don't know, isn't it everybody's favorite? Let's see. Look at these beauties. Aren't they pretty? So that's just a snippet of the sneaker ball. So what was the date? October. Forget it. It was a couple of weeks ago. Shout out to Miss Carol Eason, and Dayna Cooper. Me and Dayna have been friends since high school. And my number one fans. And I want to give a big shout out to you and a big thank you and a big mwah, 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 because you've always shown me love. Miss Carol said that she accepted all of this bubbling energy that I have and said that I would find good use for it and that I was going to be a star and she could see me on TV and all over the place. And she always had kind words and she never changed. She never stopped ever since I was 16 years old. And to have an older person believe in you like that and say things about you like that when everybody else is calling you weird or strange or odd, or all of these other things, you have too much energy, and all those other things, it really makes a difference and it sticks with you. So I love you very much, Miss Carol. I love you very much, Dayna Cooper Esquire. So yeah, so back to the event. So Miss Carol actually is the one who told me about this sneaker event by the Kickback Kings. DJ Quicksilver was DJing, and it was the Sneakers and Stiletto Gala. So basically, everybody, the guys wear sneakers, and it was supposed to be formal. So like your tuxes or your suits or whatever your fit is. Women wear gowns and your stilettos. But if you think your sneaker game is tight, then wear those as well. So when I put out the episode, you'll see men and some women with their gowns and their sneakers, and of course me. I killed it. So I'll put that in there at the end of that episode. So all in all, it was a great event. Who did I meet? I met 3 of the Kickback. I probably met a couple of the Kickback Kings, but you saw those 3. Those were 3 very friendly gentlemen that participated in the video, and everybody was very welcoming. So thank you to the whole team for welcoming LOVStudios to your event, and for all of the great people. Frank was my first guest from the South, from South Carolina. But it was a very cool event. It was a good time. It was good music. Everybody looked good. And so that was a good event. And I believe Carlos King is the main promoter that I met. So I caught you on the dance floor. Thank you as well. And when that episode is complete, everybody will get it. So that was the Sneakers and Stilettos Gala, which is easier for me to just say sneaker ball, but that might be another event. Okay, so moving on to another show. This is Conversations with Leslie. We've had 2 episodes already. The first episode was during the riots last June, and I spoke with Eric Kennedy of Brat Media, Brat Studios. And if you know, then you know the studio in DC off of Florida Avenue. Now it's Brat LA. He's in LA now. That's my twin. And we talked about what was going on at the time. The riots had just started. And I was in LA for our birthday, riding down the road. They had tanks on the road. Troops with their automatic rifles, but there was nothing really going on there. So it was just kind of like a universal response, even though the actual occasion did not call for it in every place in the country. But just listening to his feedback about the new changes that were going on during the beginning of the pandemic, and the riots, the George Floyd death on camera, just everything that was going on. And that's what Conversations with Leslie is about. I talk with guests, and they give me their feedback or their perspective based on what's going on at that time or their approach to life. The second episode was with my dad, Henry Vaughn. Very cool. That's the coolest dude I know. So you can check both of those out on the playlist on the YouTube channel. And this episode, I was blessed with being able to sit down with Derrick Chase, also known as D Chase. He is a community member, an activist, a promoter. He was Raheem Devon's first manager and helped launch him to his, deal or recording career. I knew him from I don't know, is that the spoken word scene, the U Street scene at Bar None? He's a poet, apparently an acclaimed poet. I learned a lot about him during this interview. And we talked manhood, being principled as an individual, knowing your place in life and how you are supposed to behave, and your outlook and, are you on the right track? And I'm not going to try to summarize it. I'm just going to let you listen to, I'm going to let you listen to these.
Yeah, it's our responsibility is to ask one another the right questions about our mission, our emotions, our movement. That's we have the responsibility to be the sounding board, all right, for how one another's growth manifests. Right? That's at the core of our responsibility to each other. What makes us safe is to make sure that when I decide that I'm going to do something, that I've gone through a process which assured that there's going to be the path of least resistance to get there. That's what we're helping each other to do. Right? I'm not in any way, shape, or form suggesting that I'm leading you, meaning that I'm taking you someplace. That's not what I'm. That's not the manhood that I think the planet needs. It's the manhood that assumes, all right, that we are going someplace and wants to create a table for the best discourse to take place so that collectively we can have the strategy to get there, which empowers everybody. Everybody feels like they're empowered.
And part of a team.
Yeah. So, I just look at, I am very intentional with my manhood. I'm very intentional. I do not take it for granted. I do my best not to disrespect it, and I do my best to manage and make sure that I'm accountable to what I'm saying. So that's how I move.
Full interview with you all as well. He talks about Stand Up Baltimore, which is an organization up in Baltimore City. Excuse me. That empowers people to discover their freedom. I align them with, turn down the volume, align them with their goals, their passion, their skill sets, and kind of help them connect to the resources needed for them to be successful. And then at the same time, you are contributing to the community or, to a wider cause and some point. Again, I will let him give you more information. And so that episode is also coming. So one show we started was when I initially launched LOVStudios, December 26th. We're rounding the 1-year anniversary. One of the shows that we're going to have is Unplugged, which is where we have an acoustic performance of a musical guest. So I'm going to share one performance from Love Trip. Love Trip, what did they describe themselves as? The male floetry, kind of like a male floetry. So that is Gabadon and C Love. And you can find them on Instagram, and their performance is also their handle is also actually going to be on the screen. So if you want to find them and their music, they are individual artists, but then they come together and they form Love Trip. And they sing love songs. Don't you miss that? I do. Our first group that will be premiering LOVStudios Unplugged is Love Trip.
Smile more, especially after the rain pours. Kind of days I'm looking for, sunny days so I can absorb. Let me bask in your radiance, escape from the shadiness until your brilliant grace, and let the sun kiss all over my face. I don't know what you came to do, but I hope that you came to move, like the sun that comes shining through, like the sun when you catch the groove. I don't know what it's safe to say, I can suddenly go view the way. It'll make you appreciate. Get down on your knees and pray. Sunny days makes the dark turn to light, the sun to make it bright again. Oh, sunny days, ooh. Oh, sunny days makes the dark turn to light, the sun to make it bright again. Let me bask in your radiance, escape from that shadiness until you bring me grace, and let the sun kiss all over my face. Sunny days can't change your mood, a sunny day can't erase the gloom, sunny day can't show and prove, especially when you're feeling blue. A sunny day can't turn it around and tell you not to throw in the towel. A sunny day such a beautiful sight, a sunny day can't break the light. Sunny days, ooh. Sunny days makes the dark turn to light, the sun to make it bright again. Sunny days, ooh. Sunny days makes the dark turn to light, the sun to make it bright again. Oh, sunny days.
And that was Love Trip, Gabadon and C Love, or Instagram is Gabadon Love Hall, I think, and C.love on Instagram. Great guys, great talent. Looking forward to their first EP. And the last show I'm going to preview is a new show. This is called Converse N Sip. A gentleman out of New York, money earning Mount Vernon to be exact, Jamal Parvi. I met earlier this year in Harlem. Come to find out, he had started these Converse and Sip. You know, everything is in a sip. It's a paint and sip. It's a smoking sip. It's a paint and smoke. It's a drinking sip. It's a sculpting sip. So this is a Converse and Sip, and basically, you know, men and women getting together and talking about relationships. Just all relationship issues. All, you know, when you have a get together and eventually that conversation comes around and everybody comes together. And so this was an attempt to see if we could kind of put the camera inside those natural conversations. So in more kind of cozier settings versus like a studio setup. So this was filmed in Canarsie. And check it out a little bit. Hey. Welcome to the fifth palette of Converse N Sip. An evening of conversation where men and women come together and give their opinions on relationships, dating, roles, you name it.
We had valid points, and expectations keeps coming back. Every time we go to a different topic, expectations keep coming back. So, no. So what that means is expectations is a real issue. So I feel like it's valid when I say I removed expectations as something that I look for, and I replaced them with wants and observations. So I know what I want. I'm supposed to share that with my partner or a potential love interest, and then I'm supposed to observe. I'm supposed to observe in as many different ways as possible to see if we're on the same page and if we remain on the same page. Because you can create expectations, you can have them, but the other person doesn't have to adhere to the expectations, and they can adhere if they choose to adhere to it. They can do it today and change their mind tomorrow and no longer live up to those expectations without telling you, right? So that's why I remove expectations, but everybody's different. Some people want to move differently, so we should all respect that, like what Curtis said. And Nelly said something earlier about putting your best foot forward. And I really feel like when you care, you should put your best foot forward, but it should not be where you're bringing your representative. Because I feel like when you're bringing a representative, you're looking to deceive, and now that is an issue. We should not be looking to deceive anybody. We should tell people where we're at and what we're looking for, and allow that person to decide if they're okay with it or not. Not make decisions for them. And a lot of times, people want to make decisions for us. And that's why expectations is a slippery slope. Because when you put expectations on somebody, they may not be aligned with those expectations. And now you're making decisions for them by default. This is what I want, and this is what I want you to do, and you should just do it. What if they don't care to do it that way? So I really feel like we should try to look at this thing with expectations, because it keeps coming back. Keeps coming back. And every time it comes back, Curtis perks up and he has something to say. So there's something behind the expectations. Expectations don't work in a relationship type situation overall. It works in a work environment. It works in other mediums, other realms. But once it comes to romantic relationships, expectations don't work, because people have the power of free will. They can change their mind at any time they want.
But don't they have that in those other relationships that you mentioned?
Right, but if we're talking about a workspace or employment, you
have free will there too.
You can lose your job, and there's more incentive for somebody now to be more in line with those expectations, because they have a salary, they have a pension, they have benefits.
So money.
But that's a good point, incentivizing.
But don't you have incentives for success? Don't you have incentives from a successful relationship?
Sometimes. It depends if that person finds value in what that other person is bringing to the table or what is present.
But if you call it successful, then we're ceding to the fact that you both find it valuable. That's what makes it. That's what makes it successful.
Not necessarily, right? So something can be successful based on the definition, but does that person feel that way, right?
For a relationship,
there's plenty of relationships where people are treated well, and one of the partners does not appreciate it, and they don't have respect for the partner who treats them well.
That's not successful.
Well, it depends on your opinion, right? No. It depends on how you
Google,
look at success.
Define successful.
Successful is used as an adjective to mean accomplishing an aim or purpose, as in a successful attack on the town. Do you want to hear a few synonyms for successful?
Yes.
Here are some words that have a similar meaning to successful: victorious, triumphant, fortunate, and lucky. Do you want to hear how successful is spelled?
No. So if you said somebody is looking at somebody and don't appreciate them, that doesn't sound like you'll be looking at the person as they would be looking at themselves as being a fortunate individual. Sounds like that kind of goes hand in hand.
It depends, right? Because what if somebody has the house, the white picket fence, right? What if they have children, right? What if they have money in the bank, a well-furnished home, nice neighborhood, great school systems in the neighborhood? Mm-hmm. There are tropes there that says
you are successful.
Right, but does that person
But successful relationship is my question. Well, that's what I was saying.
Well, that you're making it more nuanced.
But that's what I was specifically asking you.
So overall, no, that wouldn't be a successful relationship, because you have to be on the same page.
That's what I thought we were talking about. You just clarified that for me, though. So.
Right, but you can have what looks like success, but that person has to appreciate it, right? So you can have a lot of good things in a relationship, and you can say, well, that's good then. We can take the word success out, right? Because that's subjective. But we can say they're blessed, they're fortunate, they have luxuries, they have benefits, they have necessities. But does that person buy into that, right? Does that person appreciate that? What would make that actually work is that person appreciates what they have with that other person. And if they don't appreciate it, or if they focus on newness, once that relationship is no longer new, it won't have the same value or any value to that person anymore, and they want to go talk to somebody else or entertain somebody else because they want a new relationship now. That's where they put the value. So it really depends on the person. So going back to what everybody was saying.
Okay, and that was just one person talking. There were like 8 other people there. But that was Jamal, and talking about successful or expectations. that was a big thing that was going around, and we got into successful relationships. What do you define as a successful relationship? Can it be, and is it important? Can it be just the outer presentation of things and lifestyle, but you secretly like resent or despise your partner, but because they're not physically abusive, then it's okay? Do you still qualify that as a successful relationship? Maybe successful just means, whatever you can stand, whatever you can deal with. But that doesn't sound like triumphant or like, you know, and I don't know about you, but that's the type of relationship that I'm looking for. So yeah, so it's very interesting to have these conversations. I love to ask people, why? Well, how come? Just to get them to give up more reasoning behind their position. Not necessarily because I disagree or agree. And in case you missed, we have a new episode of Unboxing that I did live. I think that was 2 days ago. And it was all because of Instagram. An Instagram ad. They got me. They got me. They got me. I was just scrolling and then I saw this ad come up and it said, what is this? Oh, reference guide, safety, warranty, like anybody's fixing anything for free. Okay, and here's your thing if you don't want to carry the whole case. Oh, wait a minute, it's lit. Does that mean that oh, you charge it right in the case. Wait, it was just oh, there it goes. See the little light? So it looks like it charges right in the back. If I could get centered with the camera, like, where is the camera? There it goes. Okay, black there with the blue. So whatever is clever, whatever your style is, I wanted to pick something that I would be able to wear throughout the year. So I think olive is a color that can go with bathing suits. It can go with earth tones. It can go with bright colors. It can go with everything. And it's not too dark. They have this thing here where you can try lenses. And then you click and hold here. See, and it gives you the... see that? You can do that on the website, on the ray-ban.com website. I don't know if you could see that in my while I'm broadcasting because I'm in the other window. But you can basically click on the glasses and then it gives you a scene and then you hold it and then you see that's the shade. So when you're picking your glasses, you know exactly, I mean to a degree, what kind of tint you're getting. So this is very blue. Bluish like this would give me a headache. So I'm cool with the brown gradient. That's something that I could look at. See, it's just a little dim. So if you like sunlight like I do, you can still get a little bit of sunlight in there, but you still have the feeling of shades and it's not clear. People can't see straight to your eyes if you're hungover or you was crying. The real reasons why we wear shades. Okay. So let's see. Are those all the colors? Facebook. What is this thing called? Where does it say? Where did it tell me to download? Is it on the box? Download. Where did it tell me? What is it called? Download Facebook what? View? I don't even remember what oh, here it goes. Yep. Facebook view. Oh, that is a real thing. Huh. Somebody call Vanessa, you watching? Call me and let me see if I can answer the phone, because I don't believe that. And I think I have the don't bother me off. Yeah, the ringer's on. Don't bother me is turned off. Call me, Vanessa. Okay, touch 2 times to accept the call.
Tap 2 times to end the call. Hold it to reject the call. Uh-oh, we down to 1. Vanessa, are you? Call my phone. Let's see if that works. So if it's white, it's recording. Off. Okay. And that's it. You can return to see this at any time. So now it says I'm ready to go. Don't share my experience yet. Oh, snap! I hear it. Hold up. So double tap to answer, but wait, where? Vanessa. Oh, snap, it's working. I'm talking to you on my shade, on my Ray-Ban by Facebook shades. Let me put the speaker to the mic. Say something to whoever watches this video later.
You are watching LOVStudios.
Say it again louder. Shout it.
You are watching LOVStudios.
I think the mic picked it up. That's kind of dope. That's kind of dope. All right. I still say how dare you for only doing this for Apple. Who am I blaming? Ray-Ban or Facebook? Facebook, because Facebook is the one with the technology. So how dare you? However, this is very cool. Now, all them pictures I took, let's see where they go. So that was the latest unboxing. It should be in the new episodes playlist, and I'll make sure all of that is right at the top of the main screen. Shout out to, it's just a shout outs night. I'm trying out this very home, intimate, late night approach to Love Studios Live. So y'all tell me what you think. It looks like people are coming on. This is actually towards the end of the broadcast, but I have a little bit more, and then I'd love for you to rewind. But big shout out to Keith Clizark. Keith Clark, also known as Keith Clizark, multi-platinum award-winning producer. I reached out to Keith 2017. I saw that he was given, I'm always trying to, I'm always reaching out to I don't know what it is with me and successful male music industry people, but y'all have a special formula, so I like listening to y'all advice when it comes to the hustle and the independent approach. And so once again, he was promoting his consultation services to independent artists, to musicians. And I thought, well, with this voiceover thing, as I was starting to really get more serious and more focused, I need to attack this on different levels. Because 1, I feel like I'm playing catch up. 2, it's me. I'm going to go the legit in the traditional ways, but I got to have some out of the box, some other kind of approaches so I can attack it on all fronts. So I'm like, I wanted to, and still do. One of the approaches I was thinking was kind of taking the approach like a musician. Take an approach just like a musician, a rapper or a singer in the industry, but as a voiceover artist, because it's still a vocal talent. So I reached out, I did a consultation. He gave me 3 solid, actionable plans, and I did what he said, and I got results. And yeah, thanks. So if you were considering, if you taking consultation classes with Keith Clizark, yeah, you should do that. But it's kind of like, don't be an asshole. You know what an asshole is? ASKHOLE. It's a person who asks for advice but doesn't take it. Some people are addicted to watching seminars, watching webinars, and going to conventions and reading books and how-tos and this, and it's almost like they acquire the satisfaction of actually executing tasks that they never actually did. They just suck up all of this advice. So if you're actually serious about
your independent approach in which you work. Maybe you have some traction, it's working, it's not working so much, más o menos, you know, then definitely I would say check that out. And so those are all of the episodes that I'm previewing tonight. And I want to run some tape. This is, let's go to the window, to the window, to the wall. That's the video. Which one are we going to do first? We're going to do my sister AV. You know, she's a pretty impressive lady. Wait, how do I do that? Oh, now you can see. I'm sorry, I thought I pre-sized this already. So my sister, again, her track name is Angie Vaughn. That's why that's the name that I'm using. Because if you were to Google her, this is what you, oh wait, no, wait, that's not right. Wait. Okay. If you were to Google her, that is what you would see. Angie Vaughn is an American former track and field athlete who specialized in hurdles. She was the 100-meter hurdles winner at the 1998 Goodwill Games and a silver medalist in the event at the 1998 IAAF World Cup. Born November 4th. Like I said, pretend like it's still Thursday. This is Thursday night show. So that's my big sister. And you know, I remember going to track meets. I remember going to Penn Relays. The first time I ever went to Philly was to go to Penn Relays. I Side note, that's where I got the Cannabis versus DMX mixtape, second round knockout. Do y'all remember that? You know when he was beefing with LL Cool J? Okay, I digress. So let's run some tape. Side note, that's where I got the Cannabis versus DMX mixtape, second round knockout. Do y'all remember that? You know when he was beefing with LL Cool J? Okay, I digress. So let's run some tape. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Look at that. Angie Vaughn, Texas, 7.41. Oh, wait, but there's no sound, is it? She about to get interviewed. Now for the replay. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Look at that. Angie Vaughn, Texas, 7.41. Oh, wait, but there's no sound, is it? She about to get interviewed. Now for the replay. Oh. Uh-oh. Okay. And I'm back. So that was a throwback classic of my sister. Since the sound isn't playing, I won't play the interview part. But I just want to say again how proud I am of you, Angie Vaughn, my big sister, track star that you are. Ran professionally for Adidas, by the way. If anybody was wondering where my affinity for Adidas came from, that's where. And so I will say thank you all for tuning in. Do I have any more clips? Yep. So those are the shows that are coming, that are here. Some are in new episodes playlist right now. Some are coming down the pipeline. And yes, just check out Love Studios live when you see this notification, even though I'm giving you the message at the end of the show. But if you are not subscribed to Love Studios, please do. But let's just assume that you are. Have your friend subscribe, you know, tell a friend, a bestie, your sister, especially if you have a little sister. Oh yeah, definitely have them subscribe. Yeah, but you know, thanks for rocking with me. And for my late night You have the late show, then you have the late show. This right here is like graveyard shift. This is the overnight show. But yeah, there's so much going on during the day. This is when I could do it. And I don't know, it's kind of quiet and calm at this time. I kind of like it. Thanks for tuning in to Love Studios Live, and I will see you next time. Yeah. Good night.